Every time you click a link, you're sending a message through time, back to 1992, when a young scientist at CERN wrote 4 simple letters that would change the world forever. HTTP, which stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. You might have heard this here and there on the internet and in your college textbooks, but do you know what is hypertext? The word hypertext comes from 2 different Greek words. Hyper, meaning over, beyond, or above; text, meaning a written word. The inventors of HTTP envisioned the future of the internet as a presentation of a human mind, all working in cohesion to achieve a specific goal. Now let's understand why there the need for the internet in the first place. Computers back in the day were huge. For example, this is how a person standing next to a computer then would scale in comparison. Naturally, carrying information from one computer to another was a physical activity. One had to travel to each computer to transfer data between them. This manual labor was why there was a need for these computers to just ask each other for what they wanted. The other reason was survival. You see, as the Cold War grew, tension amongst the 2 superpowers of the world at the time, USA and the Soviet Union, more grew the need to come out of it as a technologically superior. When the Sputnik satellite was launched in 1957 by the Soviet Union, it grew concerns in the USA's Defense Department because the communication system had a vulnerable side. It was centralized, which means if the Soviet Union figured out the key centers of data storage, they would destroy it without the USA having any chance to back the systems up anywhere else. The answer was obvious to the defense team. Information should be distributed to other computers in the event of a catastrophe. The primal instinct of the human race has always been to survive, and the very same instinct gave birth to what we come to love and rely on, the internet as we know today. The internet behind the fancy web pages and YouTube videos is nothing but a very big network of computers sharing data with each other. It might not always be that critical data, but it started like so nonetheless. As the internet sought traction outside of academics and military orgs, it became more and more mainstream and then grew in scale. As of today, the internet is the only system that touches the scale of the world population. Let's understand how HTTP works though. The internet works on the core idea of addresses, whether it be IP addresses to reach the computers or within a folder in the computer located remotely. This is called a Uniform Resource Identifier, short for URI. When you want to ask some server, get me memes.jpg, how you really ask for it in HTTP is with a URI that looks something like this. See how that one line is self-explanatory? That's the simplicity of HTTP. You can just ask for what you want from a server, and if you're not an illegal entity and the server actually has what you're asking for, you will see it on your machine. You can think of HTTP as a very simple form of communication. You see an action that you want to perform and you ask the thing that you want to perform it on. Then all you do is ask the host with these 2 things and voila, you get your response back. This is also what is called as a request response cycle. You can do other things with HTTP as well, with different usage of verbs. The one that we saw is with get, but you also can do post, put, patch, update, delete. There are a lot of other verbs with HTTP. You can do a lot of things with HTTP, and it evolved in a way that it maintains its simplicity. So that was HTTP for you. Let me know if you liked it in the comment section and what you want to learn next.